Hey everybody, Dan here, LS Canother. So I've got a couple quick things I want to do today. First of all, I got a left front tire on my tractor keeps going flat. So I'm going to put some tire slime in there and fix that. I did it on the right and it seems to be holding up good, and I did the lawnmower tires and it's holding up good. So I'm going to do the left-hand tire on the tractor and get that done. And then I got to take some firewood out of the shed and put it over by the house in the firewood rack and get that done, so I'll use the bucket of the tractor for that. So stay with me and let's get started. So I'm going to fill this one with slime. Now it does have the valve stem remover inside the cap right there. So first of all, let's check and see how much air pressure we got in this tire. PSI, and we got zilch. So take the valve stem out. A bit, thing was tight. Okay, let's set that there. Now, they say when you're filling these, the valve stem up and let it go in that way. I should have done that before I put the thing on. I did shake it up before, but it may have settled, so we'll just try to make sure we got enough on there. So shove it back up on there. So that's about a half a bottle. That should be more than enough. All right, let's add some air to it. I'm gonna put 22 pounds into it. 12. 22 and a half. One and a half. 22. So, got the slime in the tire. So I shouldn't have any problems with the tire going down on me with that. The other side seems to be holding up real good, and like I said, the lawnmower holds up real good with that slime in it, so that'll work with that. Now all I got to do now is load up the firewood out of the shade here and take it over to the firewood rack and get that filled up. So let's get to it. So when I get my firewood, I get it from a guy not far from here, and it burns real good. The first couple times I went, I always took my pickup. I'd take my toolbox out so I could use the full bed of the truck, and then I'd have to put my toolbox back in. But this time around, I got my dump trailer, so he had enough room I could get my dump trailer over there and get it turned around, and load that up, and I backed it up where my tractor is right here. And start unloading, open up the back doors, unload it, and then I turn around and when it got, I couldn't reach it no more, I closed the doors and put the bed up and let the wood slide back down. And I'll tell you, it made stacking this wood a whole lot easier doing it that way. But we burned a little bit of wood this year already. One thing I'll use the tractor, at least I can get to it this way and I don't have to bend over as much. Getting harder for me to do that. Well, not bending over. Getting back up's my problem. So. I'll take this over there, get that done. So I made this fire rack a couple years ago, and it's holding up pretty good. I added the tarp to it and board across the top, keep the wood from getting wet. That's a pretty good job. I guess at some point I'm going to probably have to replace the tarp in that, but it's doing its job right now. So I had a good Christmas this year. Kids seem to be happy. My wife and I, we have our two granddaughters. We're raising them. We've had the one since she was 3 years old. And the other one, we got her in 23. Unfortunately, our daughter was killed in a car wreck, so we ended up getting custody of her sister. So we're back to raising kids. I know there's a lot of grandparents out there doing it, but I tell you, it ain't like raising your young'uns. I tell you, I used to be able to keep up with my kids. I swear, that 9-year-old, boy, she'll wear you out. But thankfully, we were able to do that, and I'm not saying I'm well off by any stretch of the imagination. It actually cost me quite a bit because my daughter didn't have insurance, and because it was a single car vehicle crash, insurance wouldn't cover her, so I ended up having to pay for the funeral and the lawyers to get custody and all that good stuff. But anyways, I'm not bitching about it. I'm just, like I said, I'm glad I was fortunate enough to be able to do that and take care of them. But I think that's good. We'll put that one in the box, and I think that should last us for a little bit. Starting to get a little bit cooler out here in North Carolina. It's a good day today. It's supposed to get up to 72, but it's cooling down quite a bit. And by the middle of next week, we're only supposed to be in the 30s and 40s. So with the nighttime temperatures in the 20s, so we'll definitely burn some more wood. I don't really necessarily heat with wood, but we do use it to cut back on the electric bill some. And it's nice to have a fire, you know, just to look at. But trying to keep my wood separate. That wood right there is from last year. And the wood right there, that's more for like campfire stuff. Although it would burn in the fireplace. I mean, it's all oak and stuff, so you'd be alright to burn. I think that's good for now. I was using my phone to record, but my battery went dead. And that still leaves us enough wood, I think, to finish up till February. It starts warming back up. So, thanks for watching. Got wood put away and talked a little bit. Now you know a little bit more about me, but anyways, like I say, got the wood put away, got the slime in the tire, so, and it's starting to get dark. So I think I'm going to call it quits. Appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe. And we'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Oh, and Happy New Year to everybody.